the presser yesterday, and so Spencer Brown sat there. They're all set. The press conference is about to start. Spencer Brown's phone rings. You see him look at his phone. Look back at it. I ain't making this up. The phone rings. It's on. It's live. Everybody sat there. The phone rings. He looks at it thinking, I've got to answer this. If that's a call he's got to answer, that's Turkey he's got to answer to. My man jumped up, went round the corner. I seen him on the phone. I was stood there watching him. He's talking on the phone, head's going backwards and forwards. Then he put his down, he's like, and you can see him walking him out. Then Andy Lee walked up to him. Next minute, it's all that like, and Andy's like giving it this one. I saw them. I was watching him in the corner. Then he came back on the stage again, sat down. You can see like somebody just slapped him round the face with a wet fish. Then he went up to Frank, and you saw him go,
I saw that, yeah.
And Frank looked at him. That's how it played out. And if I've made that up, rewind. These guys don't want Bakole. Now, I expect Joseph Parker to get the job done. But trust me, this is a dangerous number for at least the first 4 or 5 rounds. I am telling you.
For at least the first 4 or 5 rounds. So what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, you got Bakole inside of 5, but Parker for the distance.
Yeah. And if I was Parker, I'd try and box, keep him long, make him just keep out of harm's way, because Bakole will try and walk you down. And because you've got to remember, this guy is not championship fight fit. He's not championship fight fit yet. His face is out there like a gerbil. His belly's out there. He's always had a belly. But you know this guy can fight for fun. He took this with a smile on his face. I'm like, why have you done that, brother? And I didn't get it. But you know what? There must be some method in the man.
And there you have it, guys. There is Johnny Nelson witnessing what he saw by gesture. By gesture. Okay. When Spencer Brown got that call, Turkey Al-Sheikh on the other end, he went around the corner and found out that it was Martin Bakole that Joseph Parker was replaced with. That's how it's going to be. This is what it is. This is the fight I want, and that's the fight we're going to get. Then Spencer Brown went to Andy Lee. Andy Lee and Spencer Brown had this little back and forth like they were talking over something that they were disagreeing with. And then they went to Frank. Then Frank looked at him crazy. Hey, sometimes body language is all you need when dealing with certain things to seeing what truth is. See, that Joseph Parker thing, that lets you know that Joseph Parker knew before his initial reaction. No, that wasn't his initial reaction. You think Andy Lee didn't tell him when they went back to the corner or when they went back to the seat when Daniel Dubois was sick? You think he didn't go to Joseph Parker and says, listen up, mate, this is the deal. You're going to be fighting Martin Bakole. And we don't know how Joseph Parker's initial reaction really was. You think it was IFL TV? That's just a labeling for views, people. That don't mean that was his first time finding out. That's bullshit. He didn't know. He knew before that because Andy Lee, Frank Warren, and Spencer Brown told him, because Johnny Nelson saw the whole thing unravel when they were trying to look for opponents. Okay, now it's great. It's great that Joseph Parker claims, hey, I wanted that fight. That's the fight that I wanted. I wanted to take on the last king of Scotland. He could say that all he wants to, which is great. I would have said the same thing. But like I told you guys that were live with me when everything unraveled in real time, I wouldn't fight him. And that's my truth. I would not fight that big guy. I wouldn't fight the big bastard. Not me. You couldn't pay me, Turkey, enough money to get chopped up like Jared Anderson did. Well, yeah, probably you could, but that don't mean I wanted to do it. Because somebody like that has a beard, that's strong, that's huge, that has boxing ability, that's relentless, that's ready to cut off the ring, that took that fight short notice. The reason that the way that Mark Bakole took that fight scares the shit out of me, honestly. Because it shows me like, oh, you just fucked up. I'm coming there and I'm coming to take your head off. You have made a grave mistake taking me on, because guess what? At my 60% supersedes your 100%, and I'm going to show you the next day. Okay? Now, I will say this about Johnny Nelson. The advice he gave Joseph Parker, like, hey, stay away from him, I would do that because that man is 315 pounds. So the question is, how long will that man at 315 pounds be able to keep up with Joseph Parker? Because you know Parker's going to be moving. Once he gets the sting of that Congolese fist, He's going to start moving, and he's going to start boxing, and he's going to start dipping and slipping and bobbing and weaving and getting the hell out of the way. He's not going to do what Jared Anderson's going to do. I give him more credit than that. So, saying all that to say this, what Johnny Nelson told him was absolutely spot on. That advice was spot on, because guess what? That's what you do. You know what I mean? Again, I keep telling people, David didn't take Goliath head on. No, he... Right? That's what happened. All right? So he did it smart. He did it mental. He didn't do it necessarily physical. There was physicality involved, but he did it in a way that kept him safe. So yeah, move around the ring for 5 or 6 rounds. Fight this man like you're fighting Zane. And like I told you guys, as you guys know, that Joseph Parker has had some homework. He has some experience with big guys that can punch like Zane. Now Bakole. And if he takes out Bakole, he will officially be labeled the Giant Slayer. Absolutely. But you guys tell me what you think of Johnny Nelson revealing that they actually didn't want this fight based on their language, based on their body language, based on the way they were acting. They did not seem happy. They did not seem relieved. They weren't jumping up and down. It was totally the opposite. Of course, please subscribe. Leave your comments below. See you guys tomorrow, and we will glow. Bars. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.